All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first Think Tank Roundtable discussion. We've got a few people here with us today. I'm David Slane. You won't see me up there because I'm emceeing this thing and I'm not that important. We've got Crabbit Familiar, Suspense Music, Anaval, who's also known as I Want a Nick Please, Sir Isaac, and Pew Pew. These are some of our core members of the group, and perhaps later on we'll be joined by Spiffy Drew, who is the guild founder. Now, the think tank is a group that attempts to find the meta, change the meta, break the meta, and beat the crap out of the Badger Guild. But the goals of it here and there are varied depending on the task we decide to do during the day. So if you guys wouldn't mind introducing yourself, let's start with Crabbit.
Oh, well, hi guys, I'm Crabbit. I was formerly top 8 in the ESL opening cup.
All right, Suspense.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry. Snooze, you lose, man.
You've been cut off. I'm Suspense. I've been around here for about a month, I suppose. I'm probably the probably the worst person on here, but I'm mostly in here for videos, tutorials, and doing streams like this. Pretty much, I should say. Go.
All right, Anaval.
Oh, I'm Anaval, and also I want a Nick, please. I have 2 accounts. I won 2 ESL tournaments so far. I got a painting, and I'm still waiting on that fucking nice ESL hat. They need to implement for like 2 months.
Yeah, they do.
All right, Isaac, how about you?
I'm Isaac. I came in 4th place in the ESL opening, and I came in 4th place in one of the other tournaments. Seems like 4th is my place. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, and Pew Pew, why don't you say hi, considering you're number 1 on that list that is live on the left.
Yeah, I'm Pew Pew, and yeah, I'm currently number 1 in the online ranking and also on the ASL one-on-one ladder, and I already won an ASL Autumn Cup as well. So doing pretty
just
good
a qualifier,
so far.
Man.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
All right. Okay, so that's everybody. We are paying attention to the chat on the right-hand side if you guys want to ask us anything or say anything. But we do have a small list of topics here that's only about 6 pages long. Let's talk about let's talk about the guild itself and what being in a guild did for you. Just someone speak up. Anyone.
All right, I'll do it. Basically, the reason I like it is because it kind of allows me to talk to people that are doing the same thing and have a goal in mind. So joining with you all has made my game a lot better. Just being around people that can help you out, give you the cards you need, give you the strategies before they hit the main forums and everybody's using them. Those are some of the things. It's kind of helped me be a little bit above the curve as far as the meta is concerned.
Okay, so we have a couple of questions off to the side before we keep going. Do you think Virgin Slayer is a great player or the greatest? Anyone want to take that?
Is there a third option?
Yeah, indeed. We're lacking options there.
Right.
Blinky asks, why is the Badger Guild just better? And I'm simply going to say that it isn't.
I think personally the Badger Guild is more known, and with that being said, allows them to get more members than we would possibly get, since everybody pretty much loves Blinky and everybody else there. Yes, everybody loves
Blinky.
I think so far all the ESL qualifiers we did better than them, so it's good. We are better, clearly.
All right. So let's get back to the guild. How about anyone other than Suspense? Because Suspense and I are both lower ranked players. It will obviously bring us up, but who else has a perspective there?
Well, for me personally, it helped me get more ideas than your certain decks. Basically, you almost have certain ideas of your deck, and you tweak it around a bit. But interacting with other people, you get new ideas, and only good things come from that. Really gets you play entire old decks that are actually amazing. You didn't consider of myself actually, so it helped me a lot, really a lot.
Well, that's awesome. Okay. Any other ideas? Crabbit, PewQ, Isaac?
Yeah, I have to agree with Annual. It just really helps a lot to talk about the game all the time in a Skype group chat or anything like that. And it also helps for test games. Like when I want to practice decay versus energy, I can just tell someone to queue with energy against me, challenge me, and play test games. And that's really great.
Okay. Anyone else want to chime in on that, or did that cover it?
Yeah, it's ultimately just more games that you're going to play without actually playing them, because you have feedback from the 10 or so other people that are with you, and that's almost invaluable because you're just getting more.
Okay. All right. We have a question from the Glitch King, which is actually on our list. What do you think about the ranking reset? I've found myself in the top 50 after being only a 1750 player before, so I find it a bit silly how the ranking reset is working. So what do you guys think about it?
All right, I guess I'm gonna. I'll start another one here.
Well,
let me
let's let PewQ talk about this one actually.
Right, since he's number one and everything.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Since he is number one, and you can see that live feed again off to the left, and we're gonna rub that into the Badger Guild a little bit
Well,
because that is a
PewQ
live
really.
feed and not a screenshot.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the beginning, I just know that I got like 100 points per win, up to 1,600, I think. So up to 1,500 rating, 1,600 is just who spams the most games, basically. But above that, you actually need a really good win rate because right now I win 10 points per game and I lose 20. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so getting to the top 100 seems easy, but it's to be expected. I mean, it's only been 3 days, and this will even out a lot over the next few weeks, I guess.
Well,
It's still very, very early. I think in at least 2 weeks or something, I think the more better
Right.
players will be up there. Right now, it's just who played the most, and of course, win rate helps a lot. But for me personally, I didn't play a lot of games. I'm already at the 13th spot because I just keep winning from players that are not as good. Which is okay, but it's not about the pure skill yet. It's more like games played, I feel.
Yeah. So it's just constantly coming around to who's getting the most games in. What about you, Suspense? What have you noticed about this?
Well, it kind of like everybody says. I had about 4 hours to play on Thursday, and I was I think when I went to sleep Thursday night, I was number 19. And I wasn't. I'm not extremely good, but I only played about 3 people, like I told you earlier, that I think were considered good before the reset. And I think I went like 1-2 or 2-1 against them, and then I'm number 19. And I'm still I'm still 50 or something, and I haven't even played since then. So I don't know. In a couple weeks, it should cure itself. I don't like the rating system and how the ELO number works. I really think it should start at like 1,200 and go up and down slowly instead of just jumping you up like this. But
well, what they did is they actually implemented a system where you gain less points as you get higher until it evens out to that 1,200 point, and then you'll start gaining and losing a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems really high.
Okay. Anyone else have something to chime in on this?
Yeah. I don't think it's way too early to actually say anything. It's like what, like 3 days,
You're right.
and
Completely right.
it's not even that yet. It's not stabilized. So everyone who's played a lot is up the top, and everyone who hasn't played a lot is not the top.
All right.
So it's not quite telling of who actually is the top 100 or so players, because it's just whoever's played more. right now is up at the top.
Okay. So here's a further question to elaborate on this. Um, what do you guys? How do you guys think that the ratings reset has actually affected the meta? Because people are just spamming games as fast as possible to get up as fast as possible.
I want to pick this one up.
Sure, go ahead.
Well, in my opinion, I think this has gotten the gamer scrolls started up again by allowing people to start playing more. Because as you've seen, well, as we all have seen, um, the ranking system wasn't working out at all. There was basically that time where there was only 1 or 2 games that you'd be able to play in the whole day, and then you'd pretty much get bored with it because you'd be playing the same person over and over again. And with this ranking reset now, people are actually, I guess, getting encouraged to start hitting that either top 50 or #1 spot, and got the ranking system going up again and being more active.
Okay. But how did that affect the metagame? Like, have you seen a proliferation of one or another kind of deck because people are just spamming games, or have you seen that the balance has stayed pretty much where we've seen it in like the ESL tournaments, with growth and order being dominant and decay being second fiddle to both of those? Or
Well, what I've seen is
I've seen a lot of mono decks, mainly.
Yeah, the
because
meta
that's what
right
I
now
was
is
playing. I was
definitely.
playing order.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
They're all.
definitely-
I saw one. I saw one go draw.
really, what kind of go draw was it? Was it weenies or was it
It was
Metapsychosis?
the Metempsychosis sister one, which made me mad because had a really slow start as order, so I didn't actually get it.
Wow.
I think I've played a decay energy deck. Not recently. I think it was like yesterday. But yeah, the last game I played, in fact, was a decay order, and I've played maybe 4 or 5 um mixed decks since.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about scrolls as a game. What are some games that you would compare to scrolls? Just to, if you have played these games before, you kind of have an idea of what certain aspects of scrolls is. Like some people have compared that the board that we have to play scrolls on to a chessboard, which may or may not be accurate because it's hex tiles instead of squares. Any other games that you guys could compare it to that if people have played this game before, they'd like scrolls, or they could probably get into scrolls easily?
Yeah, and it's one that I never hear anybody say, and it's not, I guess, not perfect, but if anybody's ever played Heroes of Might and Magic, the board is like the exact same thing almost, and then you just add like the card implementation. But have you all played Heroes? Like, did anybody play that game? Anybody?
I've
No?
played it.
No.
It's pretty much like the same idea.
Yeah, I played it like back on Linux a long time ago.
Okay, anyone have any other games? Because apparently there's only one Heroes of Might and Magic player here, or two. Me personally, I would say chess is a great way to start because of how you have to move individual pieces and things like that. But for me, Risk is probably one of the biggest games that you could play that really gives you a sense of strategy and movement of forces.
Mm-hmm.
And getting things lined up correctly. Even though it's not a hex grid, you get units bunched here and bunched there, and then you do like a pincer movement, and it gets the idea of area of effect across. So, does anyone else have a game that they've played that would go through that aspect?
I don't think so, but